the sun, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice, raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New. Yeah.
Boom.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is August 15, 2022. It is 4:18 a.m. This is will I say video 1 part 2. This was the last prayer I did on the other video. Let's go on Twitter. I still have a lot to share with you. That's regarding the princess on HBO. All right, let's see this one. I said the royal family did learn something from their treatment of Diana and are actively trying to repeat it. Okay, that makes sense. I sort of understand it now, because whatever they did to Princess Diana was what they wanted. It was successful, so they're trying to do it again. So yeah, they did learn. Yeah. Okay, one thing I learned from watching this documentary is that the royal family did not learn a damn thing from Princess Diana's death. Okay, so this one responded to that. Queen Meghan Markle, they treat her like trash. Harry broke the cycle and is protecting his wife and kids. All right, so this person here is saying they did learn something treatment of Diana and they are actively trying to repeat it. Yeah, I agree with her. Okay, that's what I said earlier. They learn and are trying with all their might to repeat it. All right, difference is Harry is fighting back and kicking butt. All right, that's 100%. Apparently there is a motto that goes, quote, the firm always wins. Okay, at some point nothing lasts forever. At some point there has to be start. When you look back, like in the 80s, when you look at Mike Tyson, the best heavyweight there was, guess what? Was he always the he had some people who knock him down, right? Okay, so at some point someone had to be taken down. What is it? It says something, Rome wasn't built in a day. There was some other thing. You know, things don't last forever. Okay, they seem to think the firm won against Diana. Scary. Right? Yep. The only thing they've seen coming is Harry leaving the royal family and the country with wife and child. Okay, they've not. Okay, absolutely. It worked the first time without repercussion. Obviously, they'll try it again, this time in the age of social media. Okay, it worked for them then, so they are attempting to repeat it. What is it? If you look at the 60-minute Australia, what they did talking about the Sussexes, but mostly on Meghan, there's one thing, I think it was the Bauer guy. There was something he said, and I pointed it out on my video. I think it was the second part. Okay, I had two parts because it passed an hour. I had to cut it into two. He said something, and I was like, wow, this guy, what he just said is very dangerous. I don't even want to repeat it here. All right, when you watch that review, you'll hear when I said this part. All right, fortunately, this time around, they have social media to contend with. Okay, abolish the monarchy, nailed it. The only difference is that Harry loves his wife and isn't at it with his ex, and that it, quote, got rid of her, and quote, Charles and the Queen went through a rough patch soon after, but they will have struggled with everything if she was alive today. Maybe they're glad. And the thing is that they don't freaking know how to mind their own business. If they just mind their own business and continue with whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, as I'm thinking of this is what I think. Like I was saying, let me finish the first thought. The first thought is, if they mind their own business, do their thing, that will not matter. They will, whatever Princess Diana was doing, Harry was doing, Meghan was doing, it will matter because they will still be doing their thing. But the thing is, this is where the second thought came. Is that they're pretending, like Harry had said, they want him to play the game. Just put a front.
It was my late 20s. I was starting to ask questions of, should I really be here? And that was when I suddenly started going, you can't keep hiding from this. Family members have said, just play the game and your life will be easier. Just play the game and your life will be easier.
Okay? They're pretending to do things.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it does more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know. If we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know. That's important. So, you know.
John was hopeless. That was it. That was hell.
Why is their existence? It's to pretend to put word out for charities, to help the poor or whatever. They're getting millions for that, but they're not helping. Okay, so because Princess Diana was actually doing the thing, people see the difference. That was bother to them. Harry and Meghan are doing the thing. That bothers them because they cannot pretend. William even went to a charity place. I think it was for the Ukrainian refugees who were coming in. He said he could only give a smile. Okay, there it is. They can only pretend. They cannot do anything else. So because the people who are actually doing the thing, you see the difference. Look at Meghan. Step in the UK for a few seconds. I call it a few seconds, you know, a year or so. A few seconds. How many charities have she helped that, you know, throughout the pandemic, they were able to sustain themselves because of the work that she did? Okay, but the royal family, who's been doing this for centuries, they can't even upkeep a freaking charity. They are closing down. So this is where the problem is. They can pretend when they are there. So if they're not there, they could pretend they're, you know, doing things and then receive millions. And at the same time, they're still getting billions of dollars of bag of cash someplace else. Okay? All of this. All right. It's best that Harry and Meghan stay away from Great Britain and the British royal family. They're not needed anyway.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back, because we and the royal family are very important to us all. And the Queen needs your support, Harry, because, you know, William can't do it all. Catherine can't do it all. The Prince of Wales is taken on the Queen's role now, so he's even more busy. So, you know, Harry's badly needed here.
I'ma just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me.
They're not needed anyway.
Look at the fact that just on energy alone, on a conservative estimate within 1 year, we're talking £1,300 a year going up in bills. We're going to have about 10 million people in fuel poverty. We have a real absolute, not relative poverty issue going to come in the UK with food banks oversubscribed.
They're not needed anyway.
With debt crisis agencies do not have any tools. And I need to say, with the Chancellor coming on in a moment, if you forgive me, as the money-saving expert who's been known for this, I am virtually out of tools to help people now.
They're not needed anyway.
I'ma just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me.
And the British royal family are repeating it in an even more evil, sinister, brutal way. Okay, I will say the opposite. The two grifters are trying to cash in on it. Who are the two grifters? Alright, the winner of the annual player hater ball goes to but they don't see that how do you call this, how the royal family is playing them. They really don't see how the royal family is playing them. But okay, if you think so, yeah. But Harry is fighting back with everything he can think of it. Alright, there's a life, you derangers are so funny. I agree that media intrusion and hounding can lead to serious mental health issues, insanity, and breakup of marriage, or those who've joined to voluntarily leave. That way they can blame the person for leaving, call them disloyal and weak, and they'll get away with anything. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I agree with this statement. The buck stopped with readers. The readers drove this feeding frenzy. Also, the woman saying that she'll exercise at home and give up her gym membership sounds similar to the trolls today. The Princess HBO. Okay, and the man saying the flowers and public grieving of Diana's death was disrespectful to the monarch. What in the name? Okay, I can't wait to see that. Then he got real ugly when confronted by a mourner about his vile comment. Okay, it was interchangeable with something you hear today about Meghan. Okay, exactly. I mean, they really enshrined them. The brain, whew, girl, I was deja vu. She was the voice of the patriarchy and the monarchist. Charles could do no wrong, and Diana should be shamed into staying inside and hidden like she didn't exist. Same thing they're trying to do to Meghan. It's disgusting. Next tweet. Okay, after Princess Diana's death, the backlash against the royal family was so great some thought it was the end of the monarchy, and so they had Prince Harry walk behind his mother's coffin to garner sympathy. They've been using him ever since. Yep. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking when we went camping, we went for a little walk, all of us, and then my husband and I, we think we saw a bear, because both of us cannot think the same way. We only saw the back of it going into the bushes, and then we look at each other, but the kids did not see it. What came to one of the things that we said, and then we mentioned it, we said out loud, and the kids started talking about it. The kids did not see it, and we said that it's much dangerous when we see a cub than actual, the mother or something like that, because the mother will always try to protect the cub. That was one of the things my husband was saying. If we see a cub, is more dangerous than the actual big, the mother or the father, whatever, because the mother will always try to protect the cub. And this just came to mind. Okay, the mother was no longer there. As I'm looking at Harry here, the mother was no longer there to protect him, and then they left him with those vultures to be abused. Okay, one of the things that I saw here when I first saw this picture, and I think I wrote it in the comment here, look at how they lift their legs, their feet. All right, their feet are not in sync. Look at Charles, Princess Diana's his name is Charles too. Okay, Princess Diana's brother. Okay, I believe that's his left foot, and look at Charles' left foot. Is it left or right? Yeah, that's their left. Okay, then look at Harry's right foot. They were not in NSYNC. These two are the two. Then Princess Diana's brother came out and be on the same page with the royal family. Whatever, they all are baggage for God. Okay, there's me here. Can you see from their feet? Harry was not in sync. God is good. Okay, great observation. Pure. I'm usually on top of these things, but totally missed this. Excellent. Okay, Charles used Diana in death as he feared backlash from the public from going to Paris, ensuring the media captured him leaving the hospital, so he was viewed as a caring ex-husband. Baggage for God. I had taken my mother to see the Sea of Flowers at KP. Listen guys, the atmosphere was so quite unreal. Okay, I remember that. I also heard on TV documentary that he used Diana's death to gain sympathy and popularity by go to Paris to bring Diana home with royal flag and procedures. Camilla was on that too. Oh my God. They all are baggage for God. She told Charles to do what he can to avoid public condemn him. These two evil people. These people think they're gonna live forever. Oh my goodness. What's gonna happen when they die? That's the thing. Are they gonna be party or something? The way people are MS, you didn't mention the other one. I applaud this type of DD crap, and that's what they forget, how strong the anti-monarchy was at that time. They playing with Harry's life, and if God forbid anything were to happen to him, the nation will remember why he was the second most popular royal, and they will not survive it this time around. Okay, the trauma he must have experienced as a kid is mind-blowing. Yeah, he said it. Okay, I can't even imagine as a child having to walk behind your mother's coffin with no one comforting you and not able to openly grieve and express your emotion. There's no doubt that he's still traumatized by that. Okay, I was the same age as Harry at the time. I remember seeing him behind that coffin and being angry for him. I could understand why the adults were having him walk behind his mom. When I became an adult who understood the full picture, it just made me angrier how he was used. Harry had always been the yes man, the scapegoat and court jester, the lovable rogue, always up for a laugh and playing the fool, but they all knew that behind the facade he was the smart one and the idea man. That's why they are scared of him. Charles has taken advantage of Harry since birth, even worse than Thomas Markle. I don't want to get into that. On this very day, Prince Harry became my favorite. I've always had a special place for him in my heart. I'm so proud of the man he has become. May God continue to guide and protect him and his family. Alright, so there's more. Let's move on. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do the next one. I'm already tired. Okay, I've watched every Diana documentary, but this one is a game changer. The archival footage and editing was illuminating. The last scene and realizing Di was my exact age when she died moved me to tears. I'm glad Harry and Meghan got out. And the other thing that I realized with the age Princess Diana died and the age that Meghan married Harry, it's the same age. I think it was 36. And what happened is that I felt like Meghan has become the continuation of Princess Diana. Some of the things that Princess Diana will most likely or probably would have been doing, which Meghan has been doing since she was a child. Alright, so if you look at the age, I don't know, I tend to look at this in a weird way. I'm not saying for you guys to agree with me, but Princess Diana died at 36. Okay, and her reign, whatever she was doing, her work have stopped because she died. And then Meghan married Harry at the age of 36, and the process continues. And then you see even the royal rats continue where they left off with Princess Diana too. But the only thing we're gonna make sure it doesn't happen again, because the whole world is watching, and we will make them be accountable if anything ever happened to them, just like Dr. Shirley have said and many other tweets I've come across and I've shared with you. Yeah, I thought about that. The Princess HBO. Okay, so the Rolling Stone is talking about it as well. I'm not gonna read the article. RollingStone.com. Sundance, The Princess, is the definitive Princess Diana's documentary. The princess tells the story of Princess Di through old interviews and news clips, and may be the definitive Diana documentary. Our Sundance review. Okay, I agree 100%. I watch it 3 times and I'm haunted by it, especially when I see a particular person who tormented and exploited Diana for money and notoriety is still alive, actively tormenting the Duke of Sussex for the exact same reason, or maybe Duchess of Sussex for the exact same reason. You did the right thing, Harry. Okay, there's the thumbs up. Okay, oh God. Let me read that. Okay, she didn't have a seatbelt on. The driver was drunk. The laws have changed since Diana, and Harry and Meghan have never ever been chased by cops. It's just a convenient narrative for the victim. The thing about the chasing, not too long ago during the unveiling, Harry said it. Okay, after he went to a place, event, not the unveiling part, something else. He was escorted, but when he got out, everybody left. And then the paparazzi in the UK was chasing him. He said that, okay? And the other thing here, okay, she didn't have a seatbelt on. The driver was drunk. Remember, the royal family expect people to lie for them. This guy, the driver, was going to work. He knew exactly who he was gonna drive around. Do you think this person will be drunk? We need to ask ourselves some question about this kind of things. This is the things they're putting out in the public. Okay, the driver was drunk and Diana didn't have seatbelt and whatever. Do you think a person who's gonna be driving Princess Diana and all of that will be drunk on that night he was going to work? I don't think so. People could say all they want, but we know the institution expect people to lie for them. Okay, I watched this document last night. I love it as well. What I got out of it is how much of a narcissistic Charles is, the constant smirk, lack of empathy for his wife, and sensitive. Well, let's just give him that. He never loved her. Okay, so this is the part where I'm always angry about, because he never loved her and he chased her out of privacy. She was living her life with her roommates and all of that, living her best life. Took her out of that to marry her when he knew he didn't love her, and then after he got what he want out of her, and then just leave her like that. Okay, so this is the part, at least for me, I'm not speaking for everybody. All right, so that aspect of that. And then when, you know, he didn't even have feeling for the kids. You know, he performed for the firm and then he moved on. Okay, and sensitive comment and his extreme jealousy about the popularity that she didn't even ask for or expect. I was a newly minted graduate partying in London club. The summer the crash happened, the music stopped and everyone started watching the live TV coverage. Days later, we lined the road by my Hendon flat as her hearse with Paul Burrell and the front seat drove by heading to the M1. Alright, I can't watch it. I can't hear her voice without getting mad. I can't. Yeah, I had to stop watching it also. It was making me livid. Okay, when can I watch it in UK? It's available on at Sky TV, documentaries, and at Now. They're trying so hard not to let the people in the UK know anything about Princess Diana, but anyway, let's go to the next tweet. Next tweet, the British media is vile. I don't know why the good British people allow them to get away with hounding and destroying people. Culpable deniability. That's why British people like their media and the royal family when they serve their interests. Because the mainstream media has such a grip here, I am a well-educated person on strong socialist belief, and I get trolled on here every day for my defense of those who cannot fight for themselves. When Harry started dating Meghan, I knew how it would pan out, and that is why I defend them. Okay, thank you for standing up and fighting for Harry and Meghan. We will never revolt. No, okay, I guess that's from the UK, or this is someone they probably pay to put nonsense. We will never revolt, no matter what the institutions and power do. Apathy and a stiff upper lip is all we do. Some of us try in 2017 and 2019 to vote in a decent man to take this on, but alas it wasn't to be. Decent man to take this on, but alas it wasn't to be. Okay, 2017 and 2019. Okay, I don't know anything about that. As a fellow Brit, I so agree. Alright, so these are probably, okay, no, 723 followers. Who are these? Okay, I don't know, but whatever, because the UK public and the main are brought up to accept anything we read or see on television as gospel. As for the monarchy, the thing is that the people who write, the people who realize, okay, who realize how when something is written, people grab it as news, they put whatever they want you to believe on the paper, knowing that each of those people who read those whatever those articles or whatever may not eventually come as in one place to talk about it to see if it is fact. But I think eventually this will change due to social media that gathers people. It's just unfortunately not everybody's gonna be on social media, but when things like that is happening, and this is why the British media, the narrative that they're trying to do on Harry and Meghan, it's not really effective, because there's a common place, which is either Twitter or some other form of social media. People are coming together to say, look at that BS that they're spewing, look at what they're saying here, look at what they're doing there. So there's a common place where people bring in the nonsense that the British media is spewing on papers, where people are coming to discuss it. So before, when there was no social media, a common place for people to come and discuss it, people who read it take it as is, thinking it's facts, when in fact those who knows the truth may not be aware of someone else who know the to discuss it, to tell their part of it, this kind of thing. I hope I make sense with that. Okay, because the UK public and the main are brought up to accept anything we read or see on television as gospel. As for the monarchy, well, that's just a whole other level to Brits. Quote, you can do what you like with me, but don't touch our queen, end quote. It is the general consensus. I think so too. Look at this, they're going hungry and all of that. They can't even pay for their fuel. Well, we're in summer now, but in winter, past winter, we know the issues that's going on. People in poverty, they okay with that? Okay, let's see here. Exactly, they seem to say and do nothing about it. Okay, and the thing is that let's not forget the system. Okay, whoever's in power right now, they have their people in every corner. They're paying attention to the mood and feel of the people. When they see a shift is happening, they adjust themselves. Okay, they adjust themselves to maintain that same status, the position that they are in. Okay, so let's not be full of that. The system, whoever's in control, you know, their bodies, who's in every post, they're paying attention. And this is why sometimes I think some of the organization that they have in the UK claiming they against the monarch and whatever, I don't think so. They're probably the same group of people. They're just pretending so they could hear what's going on, okay, from different groups. So when they are close to be extinct, the system change again. Alright, so that's that. Next tweet, you never had many supporters in your day, but the what's that? But what's BT? But be rest assured, Diana, that your heir, King Harry, and his Sussex clan have enough world supporters to watch over them for you. Princess HBO. Okay, I just don't think I have as many supporters. The thing is that it's sad. It's very sad to hear that. And when she was talking about that many supporters within the institution, when she go out to do something, okay, she got a lot of people coming, supporters, the people, the public come. She goes to an engagement, there's a lot of people out there to see her and all of that. But when she gets back into her castle or whatever, you would think the institution will be happy for that, because she's representing them, she's one of them. But instead they're hating on her because when they go out they don't get that same support. Can you imagine how stupid this is? Okay, one of their team go out and did great, and then when the team, one of the members come home, they get upset at it because she got a lot of supporters. This is mind-boggling. This is so stupid. But Princess Diana was making reference to the institution. That's my understand here. And also, if during her days there was social media, I'm sure she will have a lot of supporters, because she tried her best. She tried her best to put the word out, let people know what she was going through, but the institution was too much. Okay, thank you for saying this. Princess Diana, like Harry and Meghan, was deeply loved by the majority of the public. What do you mean was? Oh, okay, oh, deeply loved. They are still loved by the majority of the public. The shameless rags here spent another narrative that made me feel I was being gaslit about her. She was adored. Okay, Meghan or Love and Wales. Many loved them there and still do. There was a great joy at Tenby and Melford Heaven during the wedding fever. Okay, amen. All right, let's go to the next tweet. That's the thing again, when people, the media, if you pay attention to only the people who's hating on Meghan, you will think it's the whole world who don't like Meghan, but it's not true. It's not true at all. One of the things that struck me the most was the image of the aboriginal people of Australia standing and paying respect to Diana's passing. She was and is beloved by such diverse group of people. May her legacy live on and may her soul rest in peace. The Princess of HBO. Alright, the only people that have received a rousing welcome from Aussie are Diana and Harry and Meghan. Sadly, it was also the Aussie welcome that triggered intense jealousy against them. My 14-year-old daughter was in awe watching the global mourning. Diana was indeed iconic because of her deeds. Good King Harry and Queen Princess Meghan are both continue her legacy of advocacy and service. There's that. Next tweet. There's that. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle abdicate their royal duties and title in 2020 after watching the Princess HBO. What's surprising is that they didn't do it sooner to get the hell away from their family, the British press, and England in general. Okay, let's see here. Decided different articles about that. Stream it or skip it. The Princess on HBO, a look of Diana's life. This new HBO documentary look at Diana's life and death through the lens of news coverage and amateur footage woven together into a tragic narrative. Okay, Harry and that's good to know. So they take amateur footage as well. Okay, Harry and Meghan did not abdicate anything. Only heirs to the throne can abdicate. They step down from their royal duties, which they can, but royal family has gone on to punish them because of it. Others, Duchess of Kent, did the same. You're right, they didn't abdicate, nor did they lose their title. Alright, I love this from this article. As footage of Diana visiting the Taj Mahal is shown, an unknown commentator discusses the way that the monarchy has had its way with Diana since, okay, one of two. When you put a modern person in an ancient institution, they will be destroyed. Anyone will be destroyed, but once an institution starts destroying people, it's time to recognize there's something fundamentally wrong with that institution and not with the people that it destroys. I think Omid's tweeted that quote as well. Okay, it took Meghan mental to start getting affected and feeling suicidal. Harry and Meghan should have left after the Australia tour. Okay, I say Harry should have left the family first before he married Meghan. Alright, let's see. Harry didn't know better. Yeah, that we could. Yeah, I think it took him a while to realize that. Okay, Harry didn't know better. Remember when he said, quote, Meghan had the family she never had. Meghan had the family she never had. Okay, not realizing his family were plotting with Markle behind their backs to sabotage their wedding. He didn't know his family were racist till later on. Yeah, that I think so too. And you could look at when I did the Hutchinson review, when Harry interviewed Hutchinson, the guy who during the Black Lives Matter, the black guy who took that white guy, carry him to safety. Harry did the interview with them, and that particular review that I did of that, and I said this is where Harry was learning, about certain things. He was trying to walk a fine line, not to say the wrong thing, and he was learning. Okay, Harry warned his precious partner. It was always reported that they left him because they can't deal with the press, hence why it took a really strong woman to take it on, and Meghan got him out of it. She is so strong, I admire her. Even her friend warned her, but she thought she would be treated fairly by hitting the ground running. How wrong. Yep, she was doing all the right thing. All she wanted is for things to be fair, but nope. They create their own story, and look at it, they're still going at it. And then look at this, they ended up losing Prince Harry over there too. She grabbed her prince and leave. Okay, they didn't abdicate the title, they just left home. Okay, she correct herself here. Exactly, there was no abdication or giving up titles. This just makes the author lose credibility when they say this. Just okay, unfortunately, when movies or documentaries are put on certain channels, not everyone has access. Having all these channels costs a great deal. ABC, then there's the cost of the internet. Okay, watch it. His mom showed him what real love is as a kid, and his wife showed him the power of true love as an adult. Let love lead the way. Okay, love this, and so true. Okay, stream it. All right, let's go. Maybe sometime next week I should be able to see it by then. So can we just say Prince Charles and the royal daily engaged in sham marriage? He never loved Princess Diana, and the royal only wanted heir by a virgin, one of two. Also, Camilla Parker Bowles, who was already married, denied Princess Diana of her happily ever after while the rich. That I absolutely agree. This part I absolutely agree. She denied him. And one of the videos I did yesterday, I said something in that nature as well. Let's see here. Professor Meghan, Miss Wensley, Camilla didn't deny anyone anything. Diana could and should have walked when she found out. This is just excuse, okay? She talked to other people, and then they encourage her. Maybe what, you know, sometimes when you think of something, and then you talk to somebody about it, and then they made you see something else. So this is what went with her.
The public adored Diana, and Diana adored her prince, not to mention the idea that marrying him was her great destiny. But even before she married, she was beginning to worry her destiny might be a curse. Certainly, she never pictured sharing Charles with another woman. Camilla Parker Bowles was the prince's longtime girlfriend, confidant, and hunting partner in the years before Diana arrived on the scene, and she didn't exactly make herself scarce once Diana and Charles were engaged.
You know, the moment Charles was engaged to Princess Diana, Camilla should have excluded herself. Okay, go with her husband and do what husband and wife do and things like that. She should not be in between Charles' relationship.
Just weeks before their wedding day, Diana overheard Charles talking to his ex on the telephone.
She heard him on the telephone saying to Camilla, "Whatever happens, I will always love you." And that's before he went off to Australia. We have famous footage of her crying as he climbs aboard his plane.
And this is where she started to doubt that relationship. Should she go with it? Should she not? And things like that. And then it's from there she started questioning herself and ask, people who were close to her, should she continue with that?
At the time, the press just figured Diana was sad to see him go. But in reality, she was wondering if she should call the whole thing off. Andrew Morton says just 2 days before the wedding, Diana asked her sisters if she should back out.
And they said to her, "Too late, Dutch. Your face is on the tea towels now," which is all the souvenir tea towels. "You can't chicken out."
And then after speaking to other people and they telling her they did all of these expenses and all of that, she was young, not knowing any better, knowing that it was her whole life she was gonna sign off and things like that. If she knew better, you think she will continue? No, she would have stopped it. Who cares how much they already spent? This is the same thing they did with Meghan and Harry. They do all of that spending, and then later on you hear those idiots who's coming, the Avengers coming. They spend all that money for Meghan and all of that. They didn't do it for Meghan. They do it for Harry, for themselves, because they know the wedding will bring a lot of money to the country. And look, they're doing the same thing. Went right after behind their back and to mess up the marriage. Right? She went in and married. How come? Why they blaming only Princess Diana? Why these people only see it's Princess Diana's fault?
But if Diana had hoped to get support from the Queen, she was sorely disappointed. According to the princess, the Queen turned a cold shoulder to her appeal for help. the princess described an emotional scene inside the walls of Buckingham Palace.
And I was sobbing, and I said, what do I do? I'm coming to you, what do I do? And she said, I don't know what you should do. Charles was hopeless. And that was it. That was help.
What about the other one who was going around and sleeping around? From the get-go, he knew himself he wasn't in love with her.
In February 1981, Charles and Diana came out to announce their engagement to the world.
Just delighted and unhappy.
No one knew it at the time, but the first interview they gave as a couple was an ominous sign of things to come.
I'm amazed that she's been brave enough to take me on.
And I suppose in love.
Of course. Whatever in love means.
I was brought up in the sense that, you know, when you got engaged with someone, you loved them. And the most extraordinary thing is we had this ghastly interview the day we announced our engagement, and this ridiculous ITN man said, are you in love? So I thought, what a thick question. So I said, yes, of course we are, in the sort of fat, stern ranger that I was. And Charles turned around and said, what ever in love means. And that threw me completely.
Diana was trying to make the best of it. Okay, with her children, with the security, with Charles' jealousy, with the fact of the UK is a criminal state. LOL. The only good thing in this story is the fact of the world see you for what you are, a garbage. You have what you deserve. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. My goodness. Next tweet. Has anyone ever give a genuinely true answer as to what Prince Harry has done to be exiled from his country? I don't mean the media spun version. I mean a genuinely truthful account of what he actually did. Okay, when I read posts that he is a traitor and should be banned from his country, the country of his birth, I also ask the same question. What exactly is it that he's supposed to have done? No one seems to willing or able to answer that question. Okay, technically he's not exiled. He left voluntarily, taking his small family with him because he could see the concentrated effort being put forth to destroy both his wife and child. His is self-imposed exile with only a handful of return visits for very important occasion. This person is true, and at the same time, okay, let's be clear about the security aspect of things. All right, we know how the royal family, his family, deal with things. That few moments he went to do the unveiling, he went to engagement, whatever engagement that he went to, I think it was supposed to be private, whatever, but the security that he went with left him there, and then he had to work for safety for himself, run for safety himself. So they know what they're trying to do over there to him. Okay, we must not forget some of these things. Okay, this person is right though. Harry left because they were making his life a living hell. Okay, Harry and his biracial wife are a million times more accomplished, respected, hardworking, attractive, and charismatic than his dude of an older brother and his scrawny, sullen wife. They didn't want them around to be compared to. But they keep on making comparison while they left. Why they inserting themselves in many things that Harry and Meghan did? If you look at the royal rats, they keep on comparing William and the Sussexes. I don't know why. You could look like, for instance, the what's that thing? The IG thing. They're comparing buying bats because Harry and Meghan's social media post was doing much better. Whatever, some nonsense. He married a half black American woman, and when attempts were made to destroy her, he chose her and his small son over the monarchy. Okay, for all the time that family spent in church services, seems it has little to do with honoring God. It is more about sitting on the front row as a head of the Church of England. Same old performative mess. I don't know that the church over there, I don't know what kind of church it is. When you see that the bishop came out, tried to spin this nonsense about a pedophile, I'm like, what the F? Go look at that, whatever I said in that, whatever. He is the competition, and he spoke the truth about the firm. Those are unforgivable sins. That's for the firm to deal with, but God, we need to protect Harry and Meghan. Okay, like his mother, he spoke out and left to start a new life. When he saw history repeating itself with his wife, he and Meghan have remained successful when the establishment and tabloid hoped they fell. He did nothing wrong. He broke away from the system, and they hate that. Okay, Harry didn't have to do anything. It is not his fault. The royal family are evil, period. It's like asking, what did people do to be captured and sold into slavery? Or what did slaves do that they were dehumanized and humiliated? Like the royal family are so humane, no way they can be evil or do wrong. Okay, I never said he did anything. I am also aware he did nothing. My question was for those convinced he did. It was asked for people to look beyond the headlines and screaming heads on TV and to really look at the situation objectively. He was pushed out for marrying a black woman. The relentless racism and orchestrated media hate campaign against his wife, probably ordered by his family and the royal institution out of jealousy, and them being sabotaged by them both, led them to refuse to take the abuse any longer.
Right. So that may have been one of the things that upset her. And of course the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
And let's not forget, okay, one of their mouthpiece told Harry's wife to go back to America.
If you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
So what do you supposed to do? They're literally telling you to go back. Okay, he is married to her. So if you want a family, you need to stick together. So he had to leave. Let's not forget about that. I forgot about this in this comment here, where he said he is a self-imposed exile. They actually told them to go back publicly. So if you want to stay as one, as a family, you need to stick together. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I have no doubt Prince William and Prince Harry love their mom, yet I believe Prince William is not too far apart from his father's attitude, despite how much he ironically resembles Diana. His grief turned resentment is misplaced when speak about her, the Prince HBO. Okay, he no longer resembles her. Princess Diana looked down from heaven and said, quote, "Not today, William, not anymore," end quote. Honestly, that Prince William is no son of Diana, not in spirit. Okay, that's this. Yeah, I just jumped in here for the William resemble Diana part. Where? Let's see here. Okay, William is in bed with the same media who made his mother's life a living hell. He is doing the same to his brother and sister-in-law. Imagine labeling his own deceased mother as paranoid. I could not believe when I first was listening to that thing where he made the press conference for the BBC not to use the panorama thing, and I heard the paranoid. I was like, what? Is this guy for real? All right, there's this here. There's another version of this where his eye turned deep to a side eye of Meghan. Oh my God, it was heart-wrenching looking at him, looking at Meghan. Prince William's alleged bullying drove the Sussexes out, were experts say. Oh, so now they're coming out with the truth? When was that? Okay, it's not the first time such accusations have come out. Baggage for God. He's a baggage for God. Okay, how the Queen assured William Meghan is banned from wearing jewelry worn by Diana. Like Meghan really care about that. One of the things I remember saying during in one of the videos during Prince Philip's funeral is that you see his hat on top of his casket and some other things. Was it a medal or something of his that was on top of the casket? And I remember saying, you know, he's dead. Is he taking any of these with him? No. So these people are making fuss and all the glory with material stuff, but once you die, everything stays behind. Nothing on this earth goes with you. The same way you came in this earth butt naked, you're gonna go back. You're not even gonna take your body with you. Okay, you came in with the body, you're even leaving that behind. So I don't know why these people are making all this fuss with all of this material stuff. But anyway, that jewelry. Wow. April 27. Okay, that's the thing, putting arm around him and stuff like that. You guys could read it. All right. Oh, come on. Let's get out of there. Okay. I felt like punking when I when him. Okay. I don't know what that. Okay. It felt like punking when I called Diana paranoid. I guess when William called Diana paranoid, I felt sorry for Diana, as she was an amazing mother and she didn't deserve that. Let's see here. I was shocked by William's words, since I don't recall him ever criticize his mother's memory. It is sad, but this just makes it sound like he is doing what is convenient for his gain, fall in line with disparaging his dead mother to ensure his legacy when the Queen passes away. He's putting a stain in his own legacy. Harry was raised by Diana. He absolutely loved his mom and got the best of her. William was raised by the Windsors. Okay. Harry was raised by Diana. Okay. He actually does not resemble his mom at all. Not anymore. Windsor through and through. William has nothing of his mother. He looks and acts like a Windsor. Okay, I pray Harry didn't see that HBO documentary last night. The comparison to their treatment of Meghan is scary. I hope he sees it. I really hope he sees it. It might be painful. Sometimes you have to go through some painful stuff so you could shape your future better. Because if he sees what his mom went through, at least he could make some adjustment to his life right now. Alright, they follow the same playbook they used on Meghan. Bravo to Harry for getting his wife out of that country. He has Prince Charles' tendencies. I mean, he is. William is not capable of love. I feel the most sorry for him. That's his own doing. The thing is that William was much older than Harry. I mean, the difference in age will still be the same. When Princess Diana died, okay, he should have been the one who understand Princess Diana much more. But then again, even as a child, when he was a toddler, he walked into a room punching Princess Diana's skirt. There's another part where during the Stillman, when Stillman was working with Princess Diana for the speech, when Harry and William walked in, there was a conversation that was going on, and William even called his mom, she's awful. Alright, she's awful, this kind of thing.
If you come in here, you sit down and be quiet.
Gotta be very quiet.
Very quiet.
When this tape was recorded, Prince William was 11 and Prince Harry was 9.
Don't touch it, William, because it's all focused on me.
Your Royal Highness, you're currently concentrating very much on your charity work. Would you like to tell us why you feel it's so important to you?
I got nothing else to do.
What was the other thing? But anyway, so there's a lot of small little things that add up to that. So they were training him from the get-go. Alright, so I read that. Tom Bower is not an author. He is a propagandist. Authors write books to inform. Tom Bower wrote his book to destroy Meghan on behalf of the royal. Tom Bower is a royal propagandist. And I said many times, his book is for the future, not for the now. For the now, we know the truth. But for our great-grandkids who's growing up, maybe those kids who just growing up don't know any better about Harry and Meghan, that's for them. Okay, when they read about Harry and Meghan, they were gonna read the negative thing. But we're not gonna let it happen. We need to tell the truth. We are witnesses to what the actual truth is. Alright? And this is why Harry and Meghan are not gonna let them write their stories for them. And I hope someone who's a good writer could counteract the Tom Bower's book. Come with receipt and everything. Probably titled it as close enough in reference to Tom Bower's to make a reference to it, because his book is full of BS. Okay, I didn't read it, but based on clips and things that I see people put on social media, things have been debunked instantly. And he fell lamentably. Even Meghan's haters are forced to recognize that his book is a joke. Okay, no one is even talking about his book, not even the UK. They even tried to push it in the US and didn't even make a dent. They tried in Australia, 60 Minutes. That's the one I went and did the review. And it ended up embarrassing everyone. I didn't know about that. He embarrassed everyone. And then, at the risk of being cussed out, ostracized, why are Squaddies still talking about it? Make this make sense? It's like Squaddies want to revive something that should be relegated to the trash bin of history. Because I saw some Australian reporters saying some bottom feeder was on Australian network bashing Meghan. That's I was aware of that as well too, the 60 minutes. Okay, if you can find one good thing to say about someone, then the problem is you. Okay, this and the reason the propaganda have failed to damage Meghan's reputation, because when you paint someone as all bad, people start to believe you are lying. Thank you. This is absolutely 1000% true. This is when I started looking deeper into the royal family. Every time I take a pic to see how Meghan is doing, what are they saying about Meghan this time? Every single time is negative. Negative. Then I started to question things. How could that be? Alright, so she's right. Okay, and as it should be, the book of debunked lies did not make the top best biographies in Britain. An amateur journalist will have done better. He should be a bankrupt, unemployed, heavily in debt one too. Okay, history will not be kind to him or any of his kind, nor it will be for any of these British royals. Okay, and he said he was writing it for that reason too. Who does that? He has no shame. Exactly, he is a proud royal ass kisser. Okay, that's that. Without doubt, he even admitted it himself. He is simply just a propagandist. 100% bullseye. He will be sued for libel and lose. Okay, who is suing a propagandist? I don't know. I don't know anything about. I remember in the 60 minutes, one of them said, if what they were saying was false, how come they didn't come and sue? This kind of thing. They say, but sometimes people pick their own battle. Who knows? We'll see. It's still soon. This one I saw when I turned on the computer this morning. I started laughing. Just write any BS now. Why Princess Anne is the most fashionable royal of all. What in the name? I'm thinking of Baron right now. Afro Annie. Oh my lord. Let's read some of the comments. Okay, how many clothes did she sell out on a global stage? I'm waiting for the receipt, but please don't fall for the bait. Just ignore it. Huh? Who's that, Princess Anne? Okay, I don't know her. The struggle to find Meghan's replacement will be met with the most clownish failure after another. It's so laughable because she is irreplaceable. Alright, the entire newspaper staff, when they put this mess together. I'm sorry, I'm delusional right now. Okay, the woman who hasn't changed her hairstyle in 50 years and mostly wears tweed is the most fashionable. Pardon me while I burst a gut laughing so hard. LOL. Well, they did say Egg is sexiest bald. Okay. Well, they did say Egg is the sexiest bald guy and Bourne has the most beautiful face. They stopped trying to be convincing a minute now. The shit is the operable model. Okay, what is going on in the UK? It must be all those untreated affluent in the water. Okay, Lord, people just laughing. I believe they're trolling her. You're just... They should leave Anne alone because she doesn't bother anybody. She does her thing. I'm sticking for her until they stop funding them. That's when I'll be like, okay, what are you gonna do now, Princess Anne? Because she's been true to herself. She doesn't put any guns into people's head for the taxpayers to give her money, but she stayed true to herself. Whatever, let me move on. Nothing to defend here. Let's move on. All right. Oh my god, I'm off with the HBO thing here. This is so funny. Okay, me with every effing single kid movie. There's this here. It's only 13 seconds. I'm not gonna play the audio. There him laughing. It looked like he's humping the pillow, but he was there. He is crying. Let's do here. I watched Luca the other day, and when he got on the train and left his friend at the end, I was done. There's that. Had me like. There's that. He's crying. Yeah, talking about Coco, I'm still stuck on Rugrat in Paris when Chucky was on the plane, said with no mom. Okay, or with Rugrat mid Thornberries and Tommy was about to off deal. I thank God my kids left that stage. They don't even watch cartoon anymore. Actually, you know what cartoon I watch? Those 80s Donald Duck. Some of them are the one without any talking. We have a whole set. Me and my husband, sometimes we watch it. Can you believe that? The old cartoons. No words, those reaction and all of that. Those Disney Donald Ducks, Pluto, those things. I still watch this occasionally, very rarely. Lately I don't have time. All right, so I'm done. Let's do a prayer. Let's go to a prayer for I don't know why I'm typing this. World stage, I don't know. Give you strength and confidence. May your spirit be lifted. May your heart be filled with peace, and may the light of God promise fill you with joy and hope. Alright, there's nothing. Let's see. Let's think hard. Think hard for something good. Prayer for remember those who die. Okay, because they're trying to erase Princess Diana's thing. Let's do this. Prayer it should be to remember those who die, but since something come up, let's keep it that way. Bless those who mourn, eternal God, with the comfort of your love, that they may face each new day with hope and the certainty that nothing can destroy the good that has been given. May their memories become joyful, their days enriched with friendship, and their lives encircled by your love. Okay, encircled by your love. Let's look for image. Let's do this one. Okay, prayer for those who we have lost. Almighty and eternal God, from whose love and Christ we cannot be parted, either by death or life, hear our prayers and thanksgiving for all whom we remember this day. Fulfill in them the purpose of your love, and bring us all with them to your eternal joy, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. As I was reading this, I'm thinking of some squaddies who have lost their loved one. I'm aware of one who lost her husband, and I'm aware of another squaddie who lost a child. All of this, may you find peace within. May you be able to move forward. I hope you could find it somewhere within you to move forward, because life goes on. You could still cherish those memories. Pray when you can and remember them in your best way you know how. But just remember, don't forget about yourself. Remember, life goes on. You need to move on. Find some way to find joy. Okay, that's all I could say about that. That's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And that's it.